lost on the dashboard, too long apart.
Hey everybody, out here at B&K Auto Parts in Warren, Indiana again. Got ourselves a 09 Honda Element. I decided this would be a cool one to video just because they're unique. And I guess at the time when this thing was new, you had a plethora of boxes that came out. You had this, the Honda Element, you had the Nissan Cube, you had the Scion XB, and you had the Kia Soul. I might be missing one or two maybe, but it was quite the trend to sell a box. And this was Honda's entry. And it was probably the boxiest of all the boxes. And this is kind of the second gen facelift. This is, well, it's kind of the first gen right back there. But this is, second and final. But, at the time, I remember thinking, I kind of, assumed that, either Toyota, Scion, or Honda would, I figured those two would last just because they're Honda and Toyota. But out of the four, so you got the XB, you got the Element, the Honda here, you got the Cube, the Nissan Cube, and then the Kia Soul. And the only one that's still running around is the Kia Soul. Kia has come a long way. And they had the formula right. But I tell you what, I'll give Honda credit. They make some unique vehicles at times, and this is definitely one of them. Definitely boxy. If you don't know anything about these, I don't know if all of them did, but most of them, I believe, had like a washout interior, kind of Wrangler-esque vinyl floor. So, it's meant to be an adventurer kind of vehicle. You can just spray out the floors. And one of the unique things about it, well, there's a few things. And I'm sure I don't know everything about it. Haven't even tried the hood yet. Try that in a minute. But you can see it's kind of a utilitarian kind of dash, very spacious. It feels like you got, elbow room for days in here just looking at it. My son actually bought one of these a while back. He was going to keep it. It was all-wheel drive, but had a cracked transmission case. I was actually going to drive it for a while. They're kind of cool. A kind of unique kind of interior. I don't know if any of these had sunroofs. This one sure doesn't, but a lot of storage up top. Kind of rudimentary, not a fancy vehicle. No mileage, of course. Electronic. Basic cup holders and cubbies. 09 paperwork. Owner's manual. But one of the cool things, suicide doors. Not too many of those around anymore. I don't even know if they make the Veloster anymore. Those had that. I know the Mazda RX-8. I know they don't make that anymore, but yeah, you see the vinyl floor. This one definitely has it. I don't know if they all did or not. Yeah, vinyl floor. But a lot of room in here. I don't know if that seats. Yeah, the seat's all the way back. Look at all that space for a pretty small vehicle. And of course, passenger side opens the same way over there. This one's got power windows. Oh, the power lock. I assume it probably has power locks. I'm not sure if it does or not. I don't see the buttons. Maybe it doesn't. Sometimes they put them in weird places. But yeah, Honda does a lot of weird things. Oh, right here. Do not lock keys. Looks like it had power locks over here, but not on that side. Do not lock. Take keys outside of the car, then lock. Yeah, must have had a problem, obviously. It's kind of interesting. I wouldn't care for that. Can't put paperwork in there. Stuff would fly out. Cup holders in the seats. I don't know if I'd care for that. That eliminates a fifth seating position. That's kind of silly. But yeah, the suicide doors. Oh, you gotta shut this one. That's one of the bad parts about that. Gotta shut them in order. You got windows that prop open. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, it's kind of vent windows. Get a lot of air. I'm sure they can make those. You know, you can open it back here, but obviously the front door has to be open. And then you got your tailgating situation back here, which is, you know, really good for actually tailgating. Got your, you know, rain protection here. How did I open this over here? Obviously there'd be a cover over the spare tire well, but that's gone. And I'm not exactly sure how to do it, but these seats in the back, they fold up on each side of the car. So they fold flat and they fold up on each side. So they don't fold down, they fold to the sides. So you'd have the whole back cargo area to load. So it's a pretty useful vehicle. It seems like you don't see a lot of these in good shape anymore. I guess must have been a lot of young people buying them, kind of, you know, not taking care of them, because I don't see a lot of them on the road that look good. A lot of them are kind of rough looking, but they're neat vehicles. Out of the XB, Cube, Soul, out of the four, I think I'd rather have one of these. Just because they're unique and they're Honda. But yeah, but again, sorry. Back to Honda doing weird things. Just in wheels. They're one of the few manufacturers, just a view from this side, that they used what they call the PAX system. They used it on one of the Acura SUVs, but they used it on the touring trim of the Odyssey, probably around 2010. But it was a run flat system, and it was impossible to get tires changed on it. And it was like $2,500 to get tires swapped out. It was just a bad idea. And currently they have resonators that get clamped onto the inside of the barrel of their wheels. Honda tries weird things. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. But that PAX wheel system, it was Honda using it on two vehicles. Nissan had it on a Quest. And it was either Rolls-Royce or Bentley had one of them. But just very bespoke. I mean, you go to ye old tire shop with one of those wheels today, and they give you, they would have no idea what to do with them. People that had those touring Odysseys, they just swapped them out for regular wheels. The wheels were, you couldn't put a regular tire on them. Very weird setup. So for Honda to come up with a pretty oddball vehicle, not really surprising, at least not to me. But yeah, Honda Element, you know, if you're ever in the need of a older SUV and you find one of these in great shape, probably a pretty good little vehicle. So better than a Cube, Nissan Cube, I'm sure. So, but anyway, thank you very much for watching. Again, we're at B&K Auto Parts in Warren, Indiana. If you need anything out here, give them a call. Thank you for watching.
And all those memories like those old bright lights still here.